Sundown Audio LCMR 8 versus the Skar FSX 8. Are these two speakers comparable? Is this garbage? Is this way better? You got a $60 speaker versus a $30 speaker. Let's take a look at the data and tell a tale using science. So what does $60 of Sundown LCMR 8 get you? Gets you a nice, beautiful, smooth paper cone, a awesome silver painted phase plug, cloth surround, cast basket, large ferrite motor, spring terminals for attaching your speaker, and the tinsel leads are woven into the spider. So what does a $30 Skar speaker buy you? It gets you a nice smooth paper cone, a paper cloth-ish dust cap, cloth surround, stamped steel basket, nice ferrite motor, spade terminals for connecting your speaker, and tinsel leads that are attached to the cone. The 1-volt near-field response shows us a couple different things. First thing to note is that the Skar is just a decibel or two more sensitive, and that both responses are fairly flat, well, flat enough for most people. But in the low end of the response, Sundown wins out by being able to play down to 69 Hz, where Skar starts falling off at 100 Hz. The high end of the spectrum shows Skar falling off at 5,000 Hz, while Sundown can play decently up to 20,000 Hz. 1 watt, 1 meter response for sensitivity. I'm going to call this one a draw and say they're both about 94 decibels. Two different RMS ratings for these speakers. The Sundown's rated at 100 watts RMS, where the Skar runs at 175 watts RMS. On the high end of the spectrum, the Skar wins out at 123 decibels, where the Sundown reaches 122. Low end of the frequency range, Skar wins out again at 121 decibels, where Sundown reaches 116. Low power distortion measurement shows that the Sundown LCMR stays below 1% from 80 Hz all the way up to 20K, where the Skar has a hard time staying below 1% from 123 up to 1200. High power distortion measurement shows the Sundown performs at under 10% from 81 Hz all the way up to 20K, with the Skar dipping below 10% THD from 150 Hz all the way up to 4K. Speakers. It ain't garbage. It plays well, it plays loud. It doesn't have the frequency range that the Sundown does, but if you want a speaker that'll take a lot of power and play loud as hell and you're not worried about distortion, the Skar is fine. The Sundown is designed, it has a better construction, it has a much wider frequency range and much lower distortion. It doesn't play as loud as the Skar, but to be honest, I think you get more than enough output at 100 watts than you would ever want to play this thing at 175 watts. So the choice is yours. Quit the hate. Skar is not terrible, okay? It's not as good as the Sundown, but it's not a bad speaker. Cool? Cool. Thanks.